Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my first impressions look on the 361 degrees Big 3 5.0 Quick, right? So pretty long name of course, and this is the regular version of the Big 3 5.0 Quick Pro, right? So this is the Pro version, and the Pro version retails for 150 bucks, and then the regular version, right? Just the regular Quick retails for 130 bucks. So there is a $20 price difference, and yeah, so this shoe is an amazing performer. It's really fun to play in. It has a nice little bounce, amazing for guards, super duper lightweight. So because the Pro version was so dang nice, I want to try the regular version. I want to see what the differences were. And if you guys do want to cop either of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. They actually have some amazing colorways. So this is the Wind Rises colorway, right? And then this is a regular Quick, and then the Quick Pro, I have this colorway and also this colorway, and the red colorway that I had, I gave it away. So what's better and what are the differences? Because there are a couple of differences between the Pro version and then the regular version. So yeah, let's get it started right off with the tracciones. And as far as the traction pattern goes, it's pretty much identical, but it is a little bit different, right? But yeah, here in this colorway, we pretty much have a solid white rubber outsole, but in this colorway of the Quick Pro, I had a translucent rubber here and then a solid rubber, right? So it did pick up a little bit of dust, and it was affected by dust a little bit. It wasn't terrible. I just, it did pick up dust and I needed to wipe, that's all. But then the solid rubber outsole that I've been playing in, right, with this colorway has been absolutely amazing. Picks up a lot less dust and has one of the best stops of any shoe this year. And then just trying this shoe on my wood floors. Oh my goodness, guys, it pretty much feels exactly the same as this. It has an amazing stop, really hard stop, and also it has a very loud high-pitched squeak, which of course has nothing to do with performance, but I like to have a nice loud high-pitched squeak, and this shoe has it. And also this shoe has it. Also the translucent also has it. So that's, I feel like a lot of hoopers will like. But like I said, there are a couple of differences, right? So one thing that I like about the regular version better is that this is all one piece. This is a one piece outsole, it looks like. You see this line that's kind of zigzagging across the entire outsole. So in the Pro version, it's a little bit easier to see in this one, but in the Pro version, you can see a little crack. So it kind of exposes the actual foam, which I think is cool, but not the most practical in the sense of durability, right? So, I mean, I haven't had any issues, of course, from any of the Pros that I've played in, but the durability can be affected because it is a two-piece outsole, right? This is one piece, this is one piece, and there's a line here. So because of that, if you're doing really hard movements, especially if you're playing on outdoor court, it can rip off, for example, like in the Curry 6. Again, like I said, I haven't had any issues with that happening. It's just, it can happen versus a one-piece outsole, which that'll pretty much never happen, right? Also, another difference is that this is just using a midfoot shin plate that's made of TPU, just plastic. But then the Pro version is using a carbon fiber midfoot shin plate, which of course is it's better quality material, of course, but it's just in the midfoot. I don't think it really does anything. If it was like full length, of course I would like that a little bit more if it was full length, because it gives a little bit more springiness. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a difference there. And also the pattern is a little bit different as well. As you guys can see here, it's a little bit easier to see in this colorway. So as you guys can see in the heel, we have this kind of like bigger groove here, but then the regular one doesn't have that, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it. And yeah, the rubber compound pretty much stayed exactly the same, and this is feeling absolutely amazing for traction, right? And now moving on to heel to toe transition, it feels really smooth so far as well, right? So here in the heel, we have pretty much a fully exposed midsole, as you guys can see. It's this yellow foam in this colorway, and we have a full length NRG X foam, right? So we can see that it's fully exposed, which is very nice. Same thing here in the Pro, but this is a quick CQ tech, so it kind of looks more like Boost. It has a little bit more compression, also has a little bit more bounce than NRGX. So I guess that is an upgrade for the Pro, but the NRGX is still pretty nice. It has a nice little compression. It's soft, right, coming from the heel, and then coming into the forefoot, we have a nice curved shape. So overall, because of the shape, it does feel very smooth. And then we have a nice little tension and springiness to it. I'm guessing because of maybe a little bit of the plastic here. But yeah, like it has a nice tension to it, and then has a nice little rebound back, just like in the Pros. You know what I mean? I guess The Pro seems like it has a little bit more. No, it's around the same, right? So they both feel springy. It's not super springy like the Wild 10 Low or the Wild 10 with like a full-length carbon fiber plate, but this has a nice little snappiness to it, and the overall heel-to-toe transition feels very, very nice, right? Now moving on to the cushioning setup. So that's what I think is a little bit of a downgrade in the regular version versus the Pro, but it's a $20 price difference. And so first of all, let's start with the insole. The insole, they actually are using Quick CQ tech, and actually, like I said, it looks like Boost, and that's what they're using for the Pro for the entire midsole. But here in the regular Quick, they're using it for the insole, right? It's not that thick, so it doesn't improve the stepping comfort that much, but it's kind of nice, you know? And then underneath that, we have a pretty regular stroke board, and it's actually kind of stiff, you know? So because of that, it's not super duper soft. But then when you feel the Quick Pro, right? It actually has a little bit more softness to it. You know what I mean? There's a little bit more give, especially when I'm pressing with my finger right now. So the Quick Pro, a little bit better for stepping comfort. But like I said, the insole in the regular Quick does add, it's a little bit better, right? For the Pro, it's just like a regular Ortholite insole, you know what I mean? So there's a little bit of a difference there. And then also, like I said, there is a nice little compression here in the heel. But for the Pro, it has a little bit more compression because of the actual foam that they're using. So that feels a little bit nicer as well. Overall, court feel is the same pretty much. It has good court feel, and impact protection was good in the Pro. We'll have to see on the regular Quick. But yeah, I mean, it just feels a little bit more stiff, you know, a little bit more responsive and stiff. The Pro actually had a little bit of bounce, so a nice little subtle bounce to it, and a nice compression, adequate impact protection, great court feel. So this is a really nice cushioning setup for guards, and we'll have to see on the regular Quick to see how it performs versus the Pro version. But right now, I definitely feel like it is a little bit of a downgrade because it's a little bit stiffer, you know? So there's that. Moving on to the upper. So the upper is a little bit different as well, but it pretty much feels the exact same on foot, right? So they're calling this the Zhao Zong knitted upper, right? So it doesn't really look like a knitted upper. It looks more like a very, very open mesh to me. And here in the toe box, it's double layered, right? So we have this first layer, extremely see-through, very, very thin, very well ventilated material on top. And then another material underneath that, which is connected to the tongue, it looks like, right? The tongue is also a half booty construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit, but it's just double layered. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see my finger through this? Right, so the underlaying material in the toe box is connected to the tongue, right? So yeah, it's extremely thin, but it also feels pretty dang supportive. Obviously, it doesn't seem like it'll be the most durable material because it's just extremely thin and see-through here in the toe box, right? In the middle of the toe box, but around it, we actually have some more layers of material and fuse. Going around that on the outside, we have a single layer of fuse, and then in between that, we have another layer of fuse right over here with this like light blue color, light purple color, right? But yeah, here in the Pro, it's not as well ventilated actually, right? It doesn't have as much ventilation holes actually. So the regular version has really good airflow. The Pro, it still has a little bit of airflow, but the regular version is definitely better, especially here in the toe box. Also on the lateral side and also on the medial side, you can see some holes as well to see how see-through this material is. So yeah, that feels really nice. And also for the tongue's pretty much the exact same. It has a nice bit of padding, feels nice and cozy on top of your foot. And then in the ankle area, it seems pretty much the exact same as well, right? We have a pretty nice lining material, and then the foam actually feels like adequate. You know, it feels pretty nice. It does get a little bit thicker in the back of the shoe where your Achilles is, so it's kind of cozy in the back of the shoe, right? But overall, I feel it's pretty much the exact same. It's just the regular version has like a little bit better ventilation here in the toe box and also on the sides of the shoe as well, like in the midfoot. So there is the material there. Moving on to the fit. So I went true to size for both of these shoes, and they both fit me pretty dang well. It's just there's a little bit of length, just a tiny bit of length, but I don't really mind that all too much. It is a pretty snug fit here in the toe box. It's not super snug, you know what I mean, to the point where I can't even curl my toes up. I can curl my toes just a tiny bit, but it's still a pretty nice snug fit for me. Also width-wise, I would say it's slightly narrow. And it's pretty much the exact same fit, right? So going true to size was good for me for both of these shoes. If you want a nice snug fit, you can go true to size, right? If you want a really snug fit lengthwise, maybe go down half a size because there is a little bit of length. But for me, and also I would suggest most people should go true to size, right? So there is the fit there. Moving on to the support in lockdown. I mean, yeah, the Quick Pro, I had zero issues. As you guys can see, we have this crazy TPU piece on the lateral side. So here in the forefoot, it comes up right in the Pro, acting as a sidewall, and same thing here in the regular Quick, right? So we have the plastic coming up, acting as a sidewall here in the forefoot, and then kind of comes up in the midfoot, and then we have an internal TPU heel counter. So lateral containment, probably being good to go here in the regular version, because in the Pro I had zero issues, right? Also lateral stability, I mean, they're both pretty much like very wide base, and they're the same exact width as well. So lateral stability will probably be good in the regular version as well. And I had zero issues with like lockdown, like heel lockdown, my foot moving inside of the shoe. So the regular version is probably gonna be good as well, right? And then here in the back of the shoe is a little bit different too, right? You can see in the Pro version, it says all for speed with these kind of like little plastic pieces. But the regular version, it doesn't say that. It's just a plastic piece that kind of goes down around the heel, and then like on the sides we have some little dots. So that's a little bit of a difference there. Also the 3 is pretty much the exact same, but I really like how it kind of like changes color in the light. You know, same thing with the Pros, right? The Pros do that as well. It's just the 3 actually looks pretty cool for the design, right? But now moving on to the weight of the shoe, I'm actually pretty curious. What do you guys think is lighter? This Quick CQ Tech foam, basically like the Boost midsole, right? The foam that looks like Boost, or the Energy X foam. We'll have to see. So the regular version, 11.8 ounces. Let's check the other shoe. 11.7 ounces. So that's actually pretty dang light. All right, moving on to the Pro version. Oh, the Pros are 10.7 ounces. Let's check the other colorway. Yeah, 10.8 ounces. So yeah, it's a full ounce lighter for the Pro version, which isn't super surprising. You know, the Quick CQ Tech foam is actually extremely light the way they make it. And Energy X is just a regular kind of foam midsole, you know? So I guess that's a little bit of a difference there as well. The Quick Pro is going to be lighter. So that's actually pretty interesting. And now moving on to the aesthetics, I love it. This shoe looks absolutely amazing. And especially in this colorway, I love how they kind of blended all the colors together. Usually I hate like too much color, you know what I mean? But this is just really, for some reason, it just seems a lot more subtle to me, you know? And I also love the blend of colors in this colorway with the yellow foam midsole. I wouldn't like that usually either, you know? And then Pro also looks really good. You know, it's pretty much the exact same design. It's just a little bit different from what they use in the Tech, you know? So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, the Quick, you know, the Big 3 5.0 Quick is feeling extremely nice. The traction is feeling top tier. The cushion, we'll have to see on it, but it feels pretty nice so far. Not anything amazing though. And then the upper is really thin with good ventilation, and support seems good. So I feel like this will be a banger, really nice performing hoop shoe. Just like the Pro version, we'll have to see if it's better than the Pro version, because I really like playing this shoe as well. But that about wraps it up for my first impressions look on the Big 3 5.0 Quick, and also the Pro version, kind of like a comparison, right? Again, if you guys do want to call, but try to leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.